Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative
on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Joining us now is the great investigative journalist, John Solomon. Boy, what a busy news day, John. Where do you want to start?
Let's start in Iran, where the supreme leader, the son of the original Ayatollah Khomeini, leader Mojtaba Khomeini, today said, hey, it's time to have some face-to-face talks with the United States, in-person negotiations. That is something that I think a lot of people were surprised about today. Came out and there was a lot of spin in there, and classic Iranian bluster. But those are things we didn't hear for a long time from Iran. Just like a couple of days ago, they said maybe a new era dawning between the United States and Iran. These are subtleties moving the sentiments between the United States and Iran down the road. We'll see where that leads, but that's one of many things we're looking at. Soon, New York City might not only be the only big city in America with a socialist mayor. Today, one of the Democratic contenders in the D.C. mayor's race conceded defeat, and that means Janice Lewis George, an avowed socialist and Democratic socialist in Washington, D.C., is cleared to be likely to be the next mayor of Washington, D.C. President Trump doesn't like that, making clear if that happens in the fall, if Lewis George gets to the fall and becomes the mayor-elect, he may take the federal city back under federal control. So we're keeping a close eye on that. And here's one. We had a chance to interview one of the people who was the targets of the UFC 250 terror plot. Turns out he was a whistleblower lawyer, a West Virginia state legislator who runs the Empower Oversight Whistleblower Center that represented the IRS whistleblowers against Hunter Biden, the FBI whistleblowers during the Biden era. He learned by virtue of court documents that he was one of the people that the alleged terrorists that were going to carry out that attack with explosive drones and snipers, he was one of the people that was going to be targeted. He said, you know what? Not going to deter me. I'm going to keep doing my whistleblower work and do my legislature work. These yahoos are not going to intimidate me. So we had a great interview with him.
And hey, John, before you move forward, the big news today also regarding this ringleader was an illegal immigrant. The guy who was planning the plot. Talk about that. Yeah,
the Homeland Security confirming that a little while ago to Congress. You just see what we keep seeing time and time again. Some illegal immigrants come in, they hate America, they start hooking up with American citizens, and they start to move the dialogue in these groups towards, you should hate America like I do, and all of a sudden a terror plot is formed. We saw this a year ago when a Pakistani native was coming across the border trying to find some Americans willing to help him assassinate President Trump at the behest of, by the way, Iran. So this narrative, time and time again, we see it. It's the danger of that open border that Joe Biden brought into our country.
And John, do you have any updates on Gavin Newsom? We were talking the other day about the investigation, the Department of Justice investigation into him and people close to him. What do you got on that?
We have $340 million worth of updates because that's how much money Gavin Newsom was directing to special interest money. He was directing to his cronies and his pals, including the nonprofit run by his wife, one of the nonprofits. She got $4 or $5 million. There's this unique system. It's kind of a boss hog system in California where a politician can't take money directly from a special interest that's currently lobbying his administration, but he can say to that special interest, go to my favorite pet project or my favorite nonprofit and do that. Gavin Newsom is the king of that system. $340 million of special interest money he directed to his pet causes, his pet nonprofits, his favorites, and one of the big beneficiaries, one of his wife's nonprofits. That story has been buzzing all weekend long. I think the president maybe even shared that today in his social media. But yeah, we have a lot more to learn about Gavin Newsom, and we'll see now whether those transactions are part of what the Justice Department is currently looking at between his wife and the governor.
Wow. Well, keep us posted, John. You always have the great stuff. We love having you here, John. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. I love the show, guys. Thank you so much.